Hey guys, welcome to HunterBBQ live stream. Let me change the title on the top. So today we have a new guest, but still the same guy that tried to challenge me. This time is for one-on-one because the previous time we tried to fight those teamwork. I think that is very fun to have directly one-on-one instead, just to understand both our skill. And yeah, so we have let's do a little bit intro. And I see this line, something is moving. I think my super heavy is coming back. Let's see how far, very far from going back. So why do I do something like this, just to make sure my super heavy getting back on time. So we have our match time on is 17:30 to start. So let's do a little bit intro. We have our guest for today one-on-one is Kai. He just joined one of the sub alliance, not the best alliance that have all the buff, but I don't think everyone worry about all those buff as long as we have our skill play correctly. His power is on about 80 over millions power. Let's just check one more time. So you can see he's on 81.4 millions. Currently I on 70.4 because my super heavy is not on field. I around about 76.4 or something like that power. So let's check the world ranking power just to make sure what I up to against is the top 5. You can see Kai, he's on server 2 top 5 players, and I'm currently on top 17, not very low but also not very top as well. A lot of people is on top of me, but that's not what should stop me. And of course we have a fancy skin for this base skin from Kai. Somehow I didn't have this kind of fancy skin. Anyway, I still have this free skin from after the update. Not very much knowing what the skin name basically is. Probably Mano, and he have 100 nation, and everyone have default. Not even give a name. Alright, so just let's check what setup that I have and Kai setup as well. I think everyone know my setup, so just take a look about Kai setup. Is almost similar to my setup. Instead I have 3 Liberty, he have 2 Liberty and 1 Martial Watch, and somehow he tried to do something with his super heavy. Yeah, he just tried to activate my base, but it's not the war time yet. Hopefully he know that. I have some mission coming out, so let me try to do some of the mission and just try to have some privacy, use those things. So I'm not sure it's the best timing for me to play with Kai on this time because I still have other things to do. But anyway, everyone is free during for that. I mean, everyone on that time when everyone have that time to play. That's why also try to catch up when him and me online, so we can do the things. So not going to drag everyone else. So that I try to do something like this.
I found a new way to kill.
This.
It was necessary.
Fight with glory and honor.
Okay, so I just focus on doing my mission for those officers. So hopefully not very annoying because I try to do the mission. Mission can't complete at this moment. A little bit embarrassing, I would say, because I try to finish it and it seems like a little bit problem that can't make it done. But let me try one more time just to make sure that it's working instead of not working. Like this one. Let's look at this one working as well. Working like this. This time might work. Yeah, okay. So finally I have 2 missions ongoing. I think I still have time because I asked 70:30 to start the match. So definitely I have time, and my super is still on the train back. So we still have about 9 minutes when we start the war. I mean start the match. I think Kai is almost like can't wait for this action to start anytime now. So anyway, I still need to wait for my super heavy to be fully trained back. Instead, I try to fight him. So let's check what I have. This is currently my setup. I'm not really do a lot of tune. I just say, yeah, let's go and do the fight. So that's what I try to do. So I do something like this. Definitely my archery is really out. So if you try to put anything out now, definitely I can do some counter attack. So I'm not very worried about that. And my super heavy finally get done as well. So let's move my archery a little bit behind, just to make sure I get some of the what do you call that defense. So he have his archery set up that I didn't aware because it's out of my screen. So that is very clever play from him. So just to make sure I have to be very careful. Whatever that he tried to do, I'm not going to overreact, because this is a real one-on-one deal that is not like yesterday war that I have teammates. That's why I can try to play a little bit more aggressive, even though I try to sacrifice myself to trade for my teammate, and so that my teammate can do even more. Now it's definitely the situations that is everything count on yourself and your enemy. So every single mistake will cause you definitely defeat. That's why you're not trying to play around, thinking that you can play around, because that is not what you should do. Now his archeries can't aim my super heavy on the range. Definitely his super heavy can't do that as well, because this is like a few way. So you can see he try to do that, but definitely he can't do that. And I can do some of the counter attack, and then I can do something like, okay, I think I am wrongly, but my archery is charging skill. Definitely I can kill him there. Like I can do a very aggressive, you know. So I also try not to play super aggressive. Now I think I can do some of the attack just to kill his base. So let's do something like this instead. So now he tried to put his super heavy. I need to do something like this, and yeah, something like this, just to make sure I have the counter attack. Yeah, so something like that. My super heavy is very dying, definitely. So at least my archery is doing the job now. My super is very dead. My archeries got sieged out as well. You can see, not very well played by me. Two of my archeries group die. Definitely I don't want my last archeries group die. Definitely all is dying. I try to drag the game. It's not allowing me to do. At least I still have my ATG in my base. I don't think he can do a lot of damage to me, even though I think I'm very big problem. So let's do the red line things just to make sure he will withdraw a little bit more instead of let him continuously siege my base. Yeah, so definitely my defense is very weak at this moment, but I should try to do whatever I can just to defend even more. Then I have to put my super heavy out just to make sure that he try to end my super heavy to take off some of the damage from my base instead of let him continuously pressure my base, you know. So that's the plan that I try to do now, just to make sure he are not trying to do best thing he should do. Yep, definitely have to kill his strongest archeries and try to retreat as well and try to reduce what he have. Now you can see my ATG is doing very poor job, not very killing anything that I don't know what happened. Okay, now I understand what is happening, because my ATG is not on the max level, because I do some of the reset. I changed my setup. I forgot about my ATG to make it back level. That's why I just worry about why my ATG can't kill his super heavy until so long. This is a very big mistake. Even though I not even reset my other troops, so my base definitely dying now. But what else I can do at this moment, because everything is very messy. So let's do the reset, because I just trying to do reduce. That's why I have my tank hunter instead of my ATG, and now I have a very big mistake because I didn't max it out. So that's why I just wonder why my ATG doesn't do the job, even though my ATG is full, but just never being a threat to the enemy. Super heavy, I think it's very poor things from me that I didn't check on those level and didn't check my setup. I think this is still fine because I think I still have more than 50% HP. As long as I have more than 50% HP, I should be fine. I heard about one of the airdrop. I think someone tried to drop here. I'm not sure it's the teammate or the enemy side try to do one or whatever. But I need to make this ATG max out again just to make it back to the line and try to fight again. Instead of some level 1 ATG still in my base that I thought he is like the max level. Definitely take no damage. Like you can shoot forever, you can't even kill the super heavy because the super heavy have healing with Jack and those are Angel of Light as well. But I think he wouldn't expected this from me unless he also watching the live stream, because he thought that his super heavy is very tanky. That's why he can do the super heavy things all day long. But now I have my ATG coming back online. I think he wouldn't expected that. Maybe he's a little bit surprised he tried to do the second time, then he will see it's so much difference instead of first time he tried to siege my base. Yeah, so this is the things that I can do and put this in, and I need to check. Yeah, I still need to upgrade a little bit more just to make sure I get the last panel station as well. Yeah, okay, finally done. You can see I get the last panel station. Okay, so I have my setup done. There we have Kila try to join the fun. Yep. So Kila is very strong, 84.7 million power, but I think at some point he lose to the demon team that we witnessed. That is also fun. You can see I do a lot of things very long time, but my troops is not really on power. My base is now until like you can see about 50% or 60%. So the next thing I try to do will be very interesting, that because one time can push me 50%, so the second time definitely can push me down to 0. So that is what I do not want to happen, and that's why I try to play a little bit more concerned about what I should do instead of I just let him try to kill me. Yeah, that's the things. So now let's do something like this just to make sure I'm not having a lot of mistakes. And now we have Kila and John Wick join this one-on-one fun. Not sure what is really happening. Also try to read about whatever, just continue that we should be continue our one-on-one. So Kai definitely try to have all his troops going back in, so I'm waiting for my super heavies going back in. I try to do this 2 archeries setup instead of 3 of them. I have my ATG back online, so my defense should be very strong now, I would say, hopefully. And let's do something very aggressive just to make sure that I can stay aggressive as well, instead of let him try to do anything else to me. That thinking I'm not very good, but definitely I can do something better this time, hopefully. So Kila try to take out Kai. I think this is very surprise, I would say. So let's do a counter attack just to make sure that so now Kai try to swap missions, I think, maybe. So when we have one-on-one fun, things always keep on changing, because everyone just enjoy the fun. We don't take it very serious. But at least one good news is that I'm not getting sieged down by Kai, even though I have a very big mistake. So I would have to say thanks very much to Kila has saved my base, and John Wick, I think he should be our next target, but I don't know how I can move next to him instead. but I still have to be very careful. If Kai try to jump somewhere here, then I might be a very big problems. So I have to put some of my trees somewhere, yeah, around this area, just to make sure if someone jump here, my super is already on this area, try to kill whoever try to jump here, and my truck is continuously to move toward the area. Now my truck is a little bit too far away. If anyone try to jump here, then my truck have to retreat a little bit more. So I try to put my troops behind my teammates on next to him, so he can cover me, so I can retreat my truck if anything happen. So this is the best process that I can put my base next to John Wick, I would say. Maybe the rules will change a little bit more or less, but I'm not really sure. I think CCP also try to give me a little bit brief. I mean, give me better positions. But I think this position is very good because I do not want to stay very close because he's not very weak. He's 75.1 million power. I on 77.2 million power. But the problem is that my base now about 40% down to 60% left. If I stay very close to him, he can do the B2B things, and I should try to do the support to our Killa and not let John Wick to make me a target. So if anyone try to jump behind me, so it's become like one-on-one situation. So definitely I can move a little bit further because I do not want anyone to try to do those what do you call that yeah, definitely I can put somewhere here, so Killa can cover me a little bit more, and I still can cover him as well. If anyone try to jump this side or on this side, maybe left or right, that definitely try to become 2-1 to me, but they also little bit too far away to support John Wick. Definitely John Wick on this position is very narrow because this area is XYT land, I mean XYT territory. So if anyone try to join the other alliance, they can't jump there. That's why they have to put somewhere here. So maybe we try to reposition and try to do the things over again. Maybe not. I'm not really sure is what is happening. Instead of try to attack someone and say that it's against the rules. And I'm not seeing Kai anywhere in the map because I should be fighting him one-on-one instead of anyone else jump in, and now everything become very mess up now. Okay, so I need to check the chat room just to make sure what is really happening if I try to do anything else. So definitely there is no updates, but Kai, I checked the log of the XYT. He joined back the alliance. That's mean he retreated maybe. So let's do some of the backup just to make sure that I back up Killa. But you can see Killa kill those super heavy super quick. I would say John Wick without super heavy definitely he can't do anything. Because everyone need super heavy to do the siege. So let's do something like this just to make sure that I can be very aggressive, but I also do not want to let John Wick to use my super heavy charge skill so that we might lose some of the advantage. But as long Killa is not moving, I also not sure whether what should I do, because like of both of them is jump out from nowhere, and my opponent's the target is Kai. He's not here, so there's no point for me to kill John Wick now. But he also tried to play very aggressive. You can see my super heavy is almost died, but somehow my super heavy is still very strong. That's the things. So let's use these troops to, use this ribbon to do the skill charge. And so we can do something like this, and hopefully he get into the trap. So now he thinking he can kill me, but I already have a skill charge, so definitely I can kill him. Like yeah, he can't even take one of my archeries because I already sieged down his archeries before he can do anything to me. Definitely just a little bit small fun, but if there is no big action, we might have a cancellation of this mini one-on-one training, I would say. Let me check the chat again just to make sure that what is really happening. So I don't think there is anything happening, and I think everyone is just gone. And I'm not sure why they jump in and Kai get away when he have a big advantage, because my base go down very down. Definitely can be very easy to kill my base, but somehow we got stopped. Now I try to understand what is the situation, but I can't get that. So maybe we wait about 3 to 5 minutes just to understand what is the situation now. So we have a new tag. It's not relevant to this mini fight. So let me try to ask them. So I can do the trick again just to use my archeries to skill charge. So if anyone jump out from that base, definitely I can kill them. But anyway, I kill that raven. It's not a very wise choice. Let's summon that again. A little bit too far away. I think this one is good, but this will also benefit the enemy as well. Besides that, is no any real things happening. Let's get back, put it out again. So let's draw my super heavy a little bit far behind, because I think he will use archeries to skill charge with my super heavy. So I'm not trying to let him having that kind of opportunity. So since John Wick tried to play with me, so even though I have 50% down, maybe I try to play with John Wick first instead of, I'm not sure what I should do now, because they remove my tag and they chase Kai away, so I can't take my one-on-one. So I'm not sure this 2-on-1 situation, because Hila is definitely just stand there without doing anything at all. So let's do something like this now, but it's very stupid, I would say, because he can do the counter attack. Definitely my thing will die. So you can see I try to time very correctly just to make sure everything that I have get away. There Definitely I die more than I should have. Okay. So now I have some kind of mistake, but I think still fine. I can take out some of these troops definitely. So let's do the reline things again. So let's put my super heavy. So he tried to attack my super heavy. So my super heavy will take some of the damage away and try to kill this one as well. My super heavy die, so at least my super heavy takes some of the damage away from my base. But my base still go down about another 20%. That's still fine, but my archeries go down all of them. I think that is very worst play from me when I try to fight with Kai, also having that kind of mistake as well. So I need to improve even more. Otherwise, I just very weak, I would say. I think my base is already deactivated. Yeah, my archery already come back out to the barrack. I think I still have the assist to heal back my base, but I try not to use it now. Because I think I do not need to use that. Maybe not. My tree is definitely very low, so I can't do anything now, even though I try to do something. So let's do something like this. No, he tried to skill charge me. Definitely I can't win that. So let's do something like this. I don't think he will fall to this kind of trap because he's already got one time siege by my archeries instead of whatever he have. So let's do double archeries. Definitely I need to put more pressure to him and just to make sure that I have time to train back all my troops, because you can see he's almost like 100% already, but I'm still very low at this point of time. That's why I try not to fight him at this moment, but try to be aggressive but also defensively, just to make sure that I didn't have to sacrifice any more of my troops, but also try to defend my base. So now I have to put back my archeries to the safe zone, and so I can do something aggressive as well, but also not very aggressive at all. Let's do something like this. Okay. So I think I already have full troops, so I can do something like this. So let's keep back my archeries just to make sure I can do some of the counter attack as well. So definitely try to do some counter attacks as well, but also try to do my counter attack as well. But my things just go down, and I didn't even kill him anything. So that's very poor play by me. I think he knows how to counter me perfectly. That's very good job, I would say. My super heavy go back a little bit. Wow, yeah. So my base definitely need to take some of the rest. So let's do something like this just to make sure my base doesn't die, and I still do some of the counter attack as well. Now keep back my base again. Definitely I have 0 things to defend my base, so I have to get out of here instead of let my base die. So I think definitely I'm losing this fight already because I have no more troops. Yeah, that's what is the situation now. Let's do the relocate again. No, I already died, so that's what really happening. So I think that's why I say that Kai definitely have very big advantage just now, but he didn't finish the job and someone else jumped in to do the fight. Yeah, here. So let me try to jump here again, but I just very low on those troops. So anyway, I just jump back. Whether I just need to stand on those middle of the map. I can say I play very poorly this time because I just let my archers die for no reason. But anyway, I also not sure what's the rules of this random war that we have. And I tried to contact Kai and he just went back to XYT just now. So John Wick tried to move his base if he siege me now, so I have no way to defend that. Definitely my base will go down. Even though I have my full troops, I still can't do that because my base is a little bit too low. So let's do a little bit pull back my base instead of let him kill my base now. Definitely my troops getting died again, even though I do not want that to happen. So let's do something like that. Let's move my base away again. Definitely my base can't get out because yeah, at least I saved some of my troops, but I just getting back too early. I not even have my full troops back. I thought he will give me a little bit time, but he also very good to continue put some pressure to me. I think that's fine, not very big problem, I would say. So now mostly I need to play some of the defense. Let's use the assist now. So I'll get my base up to somewhere 15% or 18% because I have few percent left. So besides waiting for my troops to get back 100%, there's nothing much I can do at this moment. But I think this is still very fun to see how strong our fighter to fight against each other with one-on-one experience, so that we also not like farm whole days that not knowing how to fight. But definitely I will see my skill is getting a little bit worse and worse each time I try to fight. So I also try to ask more one-on-one experience just to train a little bit more used to it instead of I try to play the old style. But anyway, I think now I'm quite okay because my distance is a little bit too far. So what John Wick should do now is try to move his base next to me and so he can do the B2B things. And what I should do is try to stay as defensive as I can just to make sure that I'm not dying anytime now. Try to have some ribbons so I can do the trick. So I have a ribbon on downstairs, so let's use that as well. Put my super heavy somewhere here. So let's move my super heavy a little bit further. So like say that I want to do the attack. Definitely I'm not trying to do the attack now because I'm very low. So now he have archeries outside. So he also try to skill charge with Raven. That's why I try to pull my super heavies there just to kill him, and also move my archeries as well. So definitely is a 2-on-1 situation. He pull up the skill first. I think this is surprising me that he know how to counter this kind of tactic as well. So I say very well played from John Wick. That's why you can see some of the skill differences from us, that if we are not very focused on our game, definitely we losing with reason. And skill definitely is one kind of things that we should learn, instead of just press all attack and let all your troops to do their job. So now I have to be super defensive because my base is low. I think I take one push, my base well gone. But if somehow I can kill 2 group of his artilleries, I think I still can be alive. But that require even more skill just to achieve that. So when his artillery is charging skill, not trying to do some kind of counter attack, just to make sure that your artillery doesn't trade equally to that his artillery try to kill you, but you can do something differently instead. You can do a few artilleries to trade him off instead of one. So I also try not to do that now because his artillery is really charged a little bit more, and my location just a little bit too far. Instead I can do the B2B things, so I try to trade. But anyway, I also buy some time until my main archeries get back to the 100%, and so that I can try to play the defensive style again. And you can see most of the time I try to play a little bit aggressive instead of play defensive. So it's no harm just to knowing what is actually the problem. But each time we got sieged down by our enemy, we learn a different skill set, also try to improve ourselves. I think that's very good as well. Instead of we try to fight anyone that thinking it's very easy to take the job done. Now he's super aggressive. He just let his archeries outside of his base. But definitely he have one grade away from his base. He can drag that, but my base is a little bit too far from him. I can't do that. Yeah, I can't reach him. And definitely he can't reach me as well. So we can reach each other. So that is very bad things to do. If I try to do, because my archery is about half of the size. Even though we try to trade equally, I will lose because my archery's firepower is not enough to kill him. That's why I can't do that. So waiting for him to push me or waiting for me to push him, definitely I can't do the push to him because my base is low and we are a little bit too far away. So if I try to do the push him, I will die all of my troops without reason. And of course I need more time to let my base regenerate. Now my base about 16%. I think it's not the best, but at least something is better than nothing. So let's see what I can do after this. So let's check some of the battle report just to have a look. I definitely die a lot more than what I should not die. It's like trade to 1 to 5. I die a lot more, and I have my base siege down 42%. Definitely that is almost all my base HP after Kai take my base down to 60%. And furthermore, you can see John Wick do a very better job to kill my archeries as well. So he also prevent me try to be very aggressive. But now both of us stand like watching each other to move. That's why I try to make a move instead of sit there and wait for it. Because based on the real war situation, one side have to move is because of your side need to build the village, or the other side is try to stop you from building some of the village or expand your territory. So if you have to be the aggressive side, you should understand how to do the things. And John Wick he have the advantage during defense. That's why he try to play very defensive and not trying to play anything aggressive or give his troops away without reason. But anyway, I'm not very worry about those fight, because each of us is try to improve everyone in XYT skill set. So I do not really ask for all the time I have to be the winner's side unless there is a very serious fight. Now you are just trying to improve our skill, so I try to act like try to be the attacker, try to attack him. As long as he can defend well, I think that is very good, because when we have those big war, maybe like Moscow war again, or maybe San Francisco war coming, definitely defense is one of the very important things that we need to learn, because when we expand our land, then mostly you have to stand on your land and someone try to burn your village. Then if you have very strong defender instead of offense team, I think that is much more better, because you have a siege team, so the siege team definitely will do the offense thing with your siege group and your battlefield support group as well. And most of the time doing those B2B is because we need to have supporting our village getting burned, or maybe you try to burn someone else with B2B. But if you try to burn someone else, that means you have big groups of your team ready to do the offense. That's why you can do those swarm thing instead of you trying to play very aggressive. That's one thing I try to say. But if you try to play the defensive side, like someone try to burn your village, then definitely you are trying to be alone to defend. That's what I try to say. Because you try to defend your village and the enemy already burning, that means you doesn't have a lot of teammates that can support you. But if you want you one alone, you one man standing there can defend like 2 to 3 enemy, then you might try to trade off like 1 to 3, 1 to 3, or 1 to 2, or 1 to 1 events. Then the enemy is having their hard time to do their things to kill you away from your village. And so that you can try to be very defensive, also buy more time for your burning village. That is one thing I try to say. And what I try to do just now is try to save my base HP instead of let my base have activation. Because my base is super low. I do not want my base to take any more HP down. That's why I try to do a very defensive style now. I still remember I have a Raven downstairs, so let's do something like this. So definitely he on the radar of my side. I can kill him, but I have to do some reset. Otherwise, yeah, I will kill the Raven. I do not know how he triggered my Raven to kill that. Trigger my archeries to kill that Raven. That is a little bit too funny. That the game changes so much that I didn't control my archeries to kill the Raven. But a lot of time that we try to play with this game is like perfectly. But when you try to fight, everything go very wrong. I do not know why, but that is how the experience give me all the time. I would say this is one of the problem, because mostly I try to be very quick to react whatever I can. But each of the time, the game try to make you like very idiot, not moving. And most of the time make you like a stupid. You're just standing there, not react quick enough. Even though I try to drag my things very quickly, but every time you can see like I try to drag it back like this. But when I try to fight, try to do that on during the fight is like I drag the screen instead of drag my troop, even though I already am my troops, you know. So that is one of the problem we having. It's like not sure what is really happening. Instead of the game try to make you like a fool. So now I have an upper hand because my base is activated and his base is not activated. Definitely I can play a little bit aggressive. But even though I try to play those aggressive style, but I can't get the upper hand because of even though like now I try to aim, you can see my archery is not working. I do not know why. It's like very funny things happening all the time. And suddenly my archery is working again to attack, but everything's become too late. So sometimes you try to play perfect and I know what I should do, but the game does not allow you to do the things that you want to do. Like I try to attack, I try to do a second time, third time, until the fourth time it suddenly work. When it's worked, then I have to start to react on my second archeries, but I not even have the time to do that. Then John Wick already react on that. That's why I also not sure how we should play perfectly sometime, because the game also is one of the issue. If the lagging problem still remain, we should play whatever that we try our best. I'm not saying that it's very hard or any reason that losing, you know, but I try to react because it's like a live things to do. But definitely it's not working now. So now his base is activated. Definitely he can do a counter attack, but I try to put my archeries a little bit too far away, so his base can't do the job now. And let's pull that away. Yeah, so I also very careful. My archeries is a little bit too far behind, so his base can attack my super heavy instead, but not try to remove my archeries on the front side. That's one of things. So I stay my super heavy a little bit near to my base. So if he try to play anything aggressive, then I would just take him as well. But take this kind of play style, I will take forever to kill him. But he can just do another 2 push. Maybe can push my base down. So what I have to do now is try to do a little bit attack. Even though the attack is very small and very weak, I would say it's still helping. Instead of try not to do anything perfectly. But of course I have to be very defensive at this moment as well. And now he's trying to skill charge me, so let's get back my super heavy. And you're also aware how John Wick wait for my base to deactivate it before he do this. A lot of people not aware, they just try to do it like randomly. That's why you have to aware sometimes your enemy base is activated, sometimes their base is not activated. You have to wait for the correct moment to do the correct thing instead of let your enemy lead the battle. So also not saying that we should play perfectly each of the time, but training definitely is helping both players to understand their strong point and their weakness. So like me, I also try to understand that I can't really play very aggressive. You can see a lot of time I try to play aggressive, my troop die without a good reason and the trade is very bad. That's why I always try to play a little bit like defensive mode. If you watch most of my videos, I try to play defensive instead of offensive. That is how I try to play my play style. But if you have to require yourself to do the job, like, you know, you have to kill your enemy because that is the missions that you have to do, then you have to do it, because otherwise you can't be a real fighter, because you only can defend, you can't do the attack. That's why we have to learn both of the skill set just to make sure that we are able to do the offense and the defensive as well. But now you can see John Wick not being very aggressive. As long as I'm not being aggressive, so he also can't kill, even though my base is like 1 push away. he just can't do the all-in things. That's why when I swap to this defensive mood, it's not very easy to take me down. Of course, I will say if he just do one all-in, maybe he can kill my base, but maybe not. Anyway, if he try to do that like 3 times, my base definitely go down. But if somehow I can defend like 60 to 70% perfectly, then I can take his base down like a perfect counter attack, like how he killed me when I try to play a little bit aggressive and my troop die and he do the counter attack. That's how the things happening in those Warpath game. That's why I think the Warpath direction is also try to make everyone work as a team instead of everyone try to play a single player game that you do not want to work with anyone. That's why we have some of the war leaders and some of the R4 try to put the tag just to lead the battle groups and the fighter groups to know what is the target, what is the directions, and everyone try to work toward the same direction instead of everyone try to do some random things. That's the things. That's why I try to talk about those broadcasts, but also try to focus on my game. Luckily, I react quick enough. Otherwise, my archers will get killed with no reason. That by my delay or my slow reactions. So this game, I think at some point they're changing on the good directions because it's no longer any pay to win. Can be one kill a lot, or no one pay to win can kill the whole alliance. That kind of story is no longer having that kind of problem because everyone can be able to have a better defense as long as they know how to defend correctly. And secondly is the swarm team is the real things that we need for siege and attack. That's why this game is trying to build toward that direction, that develop that directions, because they want everyone work as a team, work as an alliance. So everyone try to work together to make a groups, and even like the new army groups is one of the things. So everyone try to make a groups, get additional buff just to help everyone to do the siege thing, do the swarm thing, do the snowball, or even do the defense, or maybe like battlefield support attack with those light tanks and those medium tanks. I think that is very good directions. That's why we also try to continue to play this game because it's not very heavy pay to win mechanism situation at the moment, but future we're not sure because we start to see some of the pay to win things. That is what we try to work it out. Also understanding what is the new direction. But instead of that, I think everything else at this moment is supposed to be okay. I would say, not say perfectly, but I say we still adapt to the gameplay that we have. I can say if from the start I doesn't want to do those aggressive moves, then this is the situation. Like I have 50% or even more HP when I'm standing next to John Wick. Definitely we are staring each other like from the morning until night because no one want to move. But I try to do something that time, even cross my base die, but at least we trade off something. So definitely one side have to move, even though we know that someone have to pay the price. That's what I try to say. So now one of my archeries have the advantage to shoot first, and my super heavy have advantage as well. I would say if this is a pure one-on-one, the more HP one should do the aggressive thing instead of the less HP, because I definitely can't afford any loss my troop to have a less defense. But if no one try to make a move like now, everyone just stand like I'm watching him, he watching me, so I try to do a broadcast that have no action at all. That's why I'm not very surprised that I got sieged down on the earlier, because I know what I do. That is the outcome, because I try to play very aggressive just to make sure that I have some actions on this screen during this one-on-one things, because Kai tried to be very aggressive with me, so I'm also try to enjoy with the one-on-one with him. But you can see John Wick is a little bit more on defensive side, so definitely we have to work that out as well. So now he tried to kill my base, but you can see my base is not very injured during he tried to kill my base. So let's try to do some of the counter attack. I'm not sure is that working well or not. So I have to do something like this instead, just to make sure that he try to do the counter attack, and I have a counter attack as well, but my archeries go down, and he also having some archeries go down as well. But my super heavy go very down, so that is one of the things that we trade off. So at least I defended. I think my base left about 10%. Let's take a look. Can't take a look from now, but you can see both sides must have someone to being the aggressive side. So I try to be the aggressive side from the earlier match, and this time I try to be very defensive side, just to be defensive, but also try to play a little bit aggressive as well. Even though I know that if I try to play aggressive again, I will lose. But that's what is happening. Otherwise, nothing to watch from those whatever that we have. Now he tried to block my base. I think it's good, but I can set up my base again. Definitely I can defend it again from him. So I think as long he's not landed the skill to my truck, I think I will be fine as long my base standing. Some of my troops die. Definitely is not the result that I want to see. But I think it's fine, because you can see his archery is going very down, but my base also going down. I try to press something, but someone jump in that lagging the screen, but I think my base down. That's why I say that all you have to do is just do one push. Definitely my base well down, instead of both of us watching each other like 30 minutes or maybe 20 minutes, that no reason. That's why sometimes we have to be aggressive, but the problem is that we have to know who is doing the offense side and who try to do the defense side. When you try to defend your village, of course you have to be the defensive side, even though you try to be very aggressive, or you try to play aggressive style, is not needed, because you try to defend your village instead of you try to kill anyone next to you and let them do the counter attack, and you lose because of that. But if you try to push someone away from their burning village, then that is the reason you have to play a little bit aggressive. But mostly we will call all those the swamp team to come in to clean the job, instead of one man try to do the things. That's why mostly you can see my skill set is toward all those defensive style, instead of doing some of the offensive and those aggressive attack style. That is what I try to work it out. That's why my setup is most of the setup is toward those defensive thing, instead of offensive like tank or those like rocket and like mediums or tank hunters. So I'm not sure whether two of them want to fight or not, because their level is a little bit too far away. One is 70 meters over, the other one is about almost like 50 meters hours. but at least 20 millions apart is a little bit too far away. But if this zero, he know how to do the defense, definitely he have shot to win this one-on-one. But I did about, I'm not sure how much I did to this John Wick plays. I think about 1 to 2%, because each time I try to do the damage, he did exactly almost a perfect defense to kill all those my archeries that I should not let my archeries die, but I try to drag. It's not working with my game. Even I try to play on my PC, sometimes those things just stop you from having those perfect control. That's why I'm also not very surprised that I'm losing, or not really, you know, I mean, I used to it, because most of the fight we have a lot of time that the game crash. Even though the game doesn't let you deploy your base, or sometimes you try to airlift, then it's like the crash thing, so your troop is just standing there and let anyone kill you. I mean, everyone of us experienced this kind of problem and some of the bug. So I'm really used to those bugs already. I'm not very angry about any bug and causing me to lose. I also try to understand when we have the real situation, when you try to play those war and you can't blame because your game crash and your enemy kill you. That's why we also try to work it out, similar situation. But I also really wonder what's really happening, because we have one-on-one with this Kai and versus me, the BBQ, and somehow Killa and John Wick try to jump in and Kai get away. I do not know what is their purpose to come in, because that definitely can let Kai to kill me. We have a, I mean, opening and nice ending or happy ending just to let Kai finish the job. Instead of I move my base to here, thinking that Kai will come in to play those 2-on-2, but that is not happening as well until I try to just play with John Wick and I got killed 2 times by John Wick. So let's check my battle report just to see how much we trade off on the second turn. Second turn, I'm not losing too many things. At least it's not 5-1. And this one I even do a little bit better, but overall it's not very good, I would say. You can see as long as you try to play defensive mood and defensive style, you always have a little bit extra advantage if you know how to do those defense things. That's why we also try not to be the very offensive, very aggressive style, unless we have no choice but we have to push our enemy away. But definitely the job doing better is when we have those swamp team and snowballing. That's definitely the better options. That's why we always try to work that out as well, instead of trying to be one man with 5 troops to do the siege. Yeah, that's the things. But main purposes is try to train our fighter to have a proper defensive skill. Like John Wick, he definitely have a pass for those fighting skill. He defended me very well and killed me 2 times. So I would say his skill is very good already. Kai, I think he almost worked it out as well, but we just not get to the bottom side. So I can't comment on that. I only see one time he tried to do the counter attack. That's the only things I can remember. Killa definitely just stand here blocking us, being observer maybe. So a little bit disappointed from this one-on-one because we can't finish that, and a lot of technician problem is what we always have when we try to organize some of the mini fight or friendly match. I think that's still fun to watch at some point, I guess. So I think that's all for today's, because my base is super low. I can't take anything or can't do anything. Instead of someone else try to fight, so I can live stream them instead. Otherwise, I can't do anything. So let me send my square out just to do the farming again. So hopefully everyone enjoy the live stream today's and also learn 1 or 2 things that we have today's, and hopefully to improve our skill from this game. Right, so see you everyone, and see you guys next video. That is what I always say, and thanks for the tuning in and thanks for the support. See you guys next video, and goodbye.